Hey guys, Ashley here, also known as the Asian fan. I am back today with another video about my overhated characters. And a character I'm going to talk about today is Marissa Cooper from The OC. The OC is a teen drama show that aired from 2003 to 2007. It is personally one of my favorites. I think it's very underrated. No one really talks about it. It came on Fox. I want to talk about Marissa. Marissa happens to be one of the most controversial characters to come out of this show because people either really love her or people either really hate her or people are always in the middle with her character. Me personally, I'm going to tell you that I really, really like Marissa. I really like her. And before people go, how can you like Marissa? Hear me out. Now, Marissa is a. First of all, let me tell you why I like Marissa before I go down her character journey. Why I like Marissa. What I really like Marissa is that she wasn't this perfect girl next door. She was this girl. Another thing to I realized about the creator is that why does he make all his blondes, females who are blondes, why does he always make them like trouble? Like, does he just find blondes, girls who are like who have blonde hair to be like troublemakers? Like they're just always gonna be rebellious. I don't know. I had to ask him that because I don't know what's his obsession with that. Because Serena and Jenny were the same too in Gossip Girl. Like he just made them so rebellious. But Willa Marissa says that she wasn't perfect. She had her demons, and she just, even though she was a girl who had all this money and she seemed like on the surface she had everything, she didn't really have a lot. And what I mean by a lot is that she didn't really have people who really gave a fuck about her. Like, her mom was more concerned with having money. Her dad was just always leaving because he was having money problems, and he just always gambled himself out. He always put himself first before his family, and I think that's the biggest problem to Marissa is that her parents always put their selfish needs above her and her sister Caitlin, and I feel like that abandonment, like she was never really a priority, is what made her lean on people like Ryan and Summer and Zeth, and potentially I guess make her a little bit whiny sometimes. But what I do love Marissa is that she wasn't perfect and that I wanted to see a happy ending for her. I wanted to see her finally just stop with all the drama and just have a happy ending. I really wanted that for Melissa, genuinely. I really wanted that for her. Totally. I really wanted that for her. But it didn't turn out that way. I still feel like to this day, her dying is one of the worst character derailment decisions ever. It's one of the worst character decisions. It's one of the worst TV show deaths ever. Because it should have never happened. Her death was obviously a ratings grab to get people to watch season 4, and that was a travesty. But her death, it was really sad. It's one of those deaths where it's like, damn, her character should have not gone out like that. Her character deserves so much more. And I feel like Ryan to be the one to witness it just makes it even more sad. Like, her death really hurt me because I really liked Marissa. I really liked her and I wanted her to get better. I wanted her to have a happy ending. I feel like she deserved it. After everything she went through, she deserved a happy ending. And speaking of that, let's talk about the things that she went through. Like, she had an overdose. Her parents got divorced. She didn't know how to handle it. She wasn't doing that great in school at first. She always had this pressure around her to be a certain way, to act a certain way, to date who and everything about her mom. She had a gun pointed at her. She had Oliver pointed a gun at her and was obsessed with her. Literally every guy that she encounters with becomes obsessed with her. In season 2, she started dating Alex to get on her mother's bad side. She got sexually harassed by Ryan's brother Trey. In season 3, she started having PTSD issues because of the assault. She had to transfer from another school because Ryan punched the principal. Her friend Johnny became in love with her. Started falling for her, and then he died from falling off the cliff, and that put her into a deep depression. She started dating Volchek, and then that took her down a bad path of more drugs, more drinking, becoming more sexually, even though that wasn't something that she was really like being over sexualized, like her having sex more than she usually would. Her doing heavy drugs like coke and popping pills, and she also witnessed a girl almost getting raped. So Marissa just went through a lot of shit, and I really feel like the biggest things with her character is that her mental state was never addressed. Like, I feel like she really needed a lot of therapy. I feel like she really needed a lot of therapy. I feel like she should have had really talked to someone about what she was going through in her head. Like the fact that she went through all that stuff during before her her senior year is just that's a lot. That's a lot for a person to go through. And you want me to focus on school? Really? No, Marissa deserved better than that. And that's about her character journey. So, season one, Marissa is a party girl. She likes to have fun. She likes to drink. She drinks a lot. And that's another thing too. They never really addressed whether or not she was an alcoholic. She likes to drink a lot. I think she was an alcoholic. She drinks a lot. The first time Ryan and Marissa really not encounter, but the first time Ryan really sees her that she's really a big party girl is when she's passed out drunk on the front lawn and he has to bring her into the house. Like she's really passed out on the front lawn. She gets blackout drunk. She doesn't remember what she did or where she's going or how she ended up in a certain place. She gets like blackout drunk. And that's Marissa for the first season. We also see it for the first season that she's dating Luke and he's kind of a jealous, possessive boyfriend over her. And the relationship doesn't really have much in it. It's just like, I guess she's popular, he's popular, put them together. They have no chemistry. He's really just there to help build up Ryan and Marissa as he should. Um, she meets Ryan. They both start liking each other. They're falling for each other, and they have Ryan and Marissa have amazing chemistry. They're definitely in my top 10 favorite couples. And they start falling for each other. Ryan is starting to realize that they both are not as different as they try to be. Even though Marissa has the family and the money, she doesn't really have the stability that he didn't have either. So they kind of put their hearts into each other to have that stability that they didn't have from their parents. And I really love the relationship is that it was these two lost people trying to find their way with each other. And that was just I love the relationship so much. Eventually, Ryan and Marissa, they finally get together, and then Oliver happens, and Oliver draws a wedge between them, and they break up. Ryan was right about Oliver being mentally unstable, and they're still broken up. He starts dating Teresa, and Teresa gets pregnant, and then Marissa has to say goodbye to Ryan because he is the dad of Teresa's baby. So as we know, this is before watching season 2. I thought this was the end of Ryan and Marissa, but also season 1, Marissa has an overdose for the first time in Tijuana from pills. She loses her virginity to Luke, and he was cheating on her the whole time it happened. Her parents get divorced because her dad was stealing money from his clients because they were bankrupt from all the mortgage and everything he couldn't pay back. So yeah, season 1 Marissa was a really good character opening, a good character origin story about who she is and why she acts the way she acts. I really love Marissa in season 1. Season 2 Marissa is okay. I really feel like in this season she doesn't really feel like the main focus like that she was in season 1. I honestly feel like her relationship with Alex was absurd. I really love when she got back together with Ryan because she kind of felt more important to the storylines. Like at first she didn't really seem that important. Like she was dating that guy. I don't even know his name. Was his name Mario? I don't remember his name. She was dating that guy, and then what should have happened was that there should have been a love triangle between Ryan, Lindsay, and Marissa, but they didn't. They decided to have her start having an interest in Alex, and she wasn't even a lesbian. That was just weird to me, and she wasn't even bi either. So she just did that to make her mom upset, which was just really stupid. And then Trey gets introduced, and this is where we really start to get things more interesting. Drama is starting to cook up. She starts being nice to Trey, being there for him. She got him a job, she got him an apartment, and Trey decides to take advantage of that and sexually assault her. And he scratches her chest, and she doesn't know how to tell Ryan that it happened. So Zev told Ryan, and they fought, and Marissa shot Trey in the back of his shoulder, and that was Marissa's journey in season 2, which is not as good as season 1. Season 3 opens up. And this is where her character gets really, like, downhill from here. Like, it was just really downhill. They dug her into a rabbit hole that I honestly feel like there was no coming back from with her. Trey leaves in the first episode of season 3 without going on trial, without anything. Like, she didn't even charge him of the sexual assault. So she starts cutting Ryan out because she doesn't know how to deal with it. She's not talking to him about what happened. So Ryan tells her maybe you should write a college essay about you going through that, and maybe you should talk to a therapist. Because she gets mad at him and she tells him no. Ryan almost leaves and goes across. Decides working on a boat because he feels like his future is very tainted. Because he didn't know if they was gonna bring him back into school or not. So his future's very been tainted. Marissa convinces him to stay because she doesn't want him to leave. She doesn't want to lose anybody else. So Ryan stays and gives her the most romantic speech about saying that he doesn't know what his future is, but all he knows is that it's with her. So romantic. And then they both get Marissa. There was a portion where her family was gonna move to Hawaii, but they ended up not leaving. They ended up not leaving Orange County, so they stayed. And then Ryan and Marissa both get expelled from Harbor, and they both have to go to a different. Wait, no. They both end up getting expelled from the school, but Ryan finds his way back, and Marissa has to transfer, which I thought was stupid. I feel like her transferring schools was just really, really dumb. So yeah, there's that. Her and Ryan have another romantic moment by saying whatever song comes on next is their song, which I thought was really sweet. Forever Young is their song. So yeah, that's Marissa. She meets Johnny. Johnny starts falling for her. Ryan feels like she got feelings for Johnny, but she's not being honest about it. So she tells Ryan that she only loves him and him only. Her sister Caitlin comes in, and her trying to stir up drama was just really not that interesting. She doesn't have any charisma. I don't even know why she had to be in this season. So there's that with her sister Caitlin. Her parents lose everything. Her mom loses everything. They end up living in a trailer park. So there's that. And then her and Ryan break up. And she starts. No, and then her mom moving with Summer and her dad, because they have nowhere to live. They move in with them after they leave the trailer park. And then she meets Volchek. After Johnny dies, she meets Volchek. She goes through a deep depression and starts feeling alone. So she turns to Volchek. They have sex, and he starts introducing her to his bad boy life of drugs and partying and, the bad boy stuff. And she's starting to skip in school. She's starting to drink during the day. She's starting to go back to her own Marissa habits back in season 1. She's starting to go back to those habits. And Volchek decides to steal money from Taylor's purse, and she breaks up with him. And her and Ryan are, they're having that slow burn of eventually getting back together. And then one of the worst character things that ever happened to her is that while her and Ryan were driving to college, Volchek decides in a jealous feud to run them off the road and eventually killing Marissa in a car accident. So, honestly, telling you her character journey, I honestly feel like she deserved so much better than what the show gave her. She did not deserve all that mess. I think on BuzzFeed the girls said that she was drama, but honestly I feel like she was just a character that went through so much and she did not know how to handle it. And honestly I feel like that's what it was. She had so much, I feel like she had a lot of mental stuff and a lot of things that she was burying that she just was not addressing or confronting. And that's why her character ended so sadly, because they were not allowing her to address the things that was making her turn to drugs, turn to drinking, not focus on school, not wanting to go to college. She gets herself into college, but she doesn't want to go until Ryan convinces her they both need to start over, they both need a new path, and they both decide to go to college. But she ends up dying in Ryan's arms the day they leave for college. The day of their graduation, she dies. Like, that's just so fucking sad. So I want people to stop hating on Marissa. Please see the fact that she is a victim. And yes, don't get me wrong, she can be a little bit annoying sometimes, but I feel like either that, she is just really a sad girl, and I cannot help but just feel bad for her whenever she's on screen. So that's my Marissa Cooper opinion, my opinion on her character and why I feel like she does not deserve the hate. Honestly, I feel like she does not deserve it. So please just try to see things from Marissa's side when you watch the show. But either that, thanks for listening, and my next character, just be surprised.